My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
I love the fact that King Charles, Camilla, Prince William, and Middleton tried to prevent has become their reality. Karma, Harry and Meghan dominating the mafia. What is that? Mafia or media? Okay, I think it's media. Harry and Meghan overshadowing the king and future king, etc. There's those hashtag here. When the aide's name was not removed from the legal letters, the Sussexes were caught adrift financially and left unable to protect themselves despite having a security threat level equal to the monarch. And the other thing that I have to add with this, because Charles, they love to interfere in reality, to prevent nature run its course. They want to control things, and this is the thing that's happening here. They try to control things, and then nature keep on saying, nah, that magnet that I sometimes put, no matter how much you interfere with it, the magnet, the central things, everything will always go back to how nature wanted it. And this is the problem Charles and the royal family are having. Okay, the royal household had thought the threat of exposure will force Harry and Meghan to return to the UK, where their profile could be controlled, preventing them from eclipsing the future king. But it drove a wedge through the royal family and set in train events leading to Prince Harry's book Spare, a string of high-profile commercial media deals, and ongoing bad blood in the British monarchy. Again, all of this, that last paragraph. If, let's say, the royal family claimed that, okay, Harry and Meghan are getting all the spotlight. They decided to kick them out. But at least provide them with the appropriate funds and security so Harry and Meghan don't have, especially Harry, forget Meghan about this. But Harry, on the other hand, for what Charles put Harry to, all of the things, Spare, all the things they list here, the profile commercial media deals and all of that, is because of Charles. It forces Harry to do and look for work that will provide him money because the security is not cheap. And his side of the story needs to be told because the royal family lied too much. The truth needed to be out because they keep on painting Harry, the Sussexes, in a negative way, and they do not care how and whatever it is that they put out there, as long it benefit the institution. So Harry had to put his truth out there, and Harry tried to be reasonable with them.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
And Harry tried to be reasonable with them.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance, no royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death, like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
They did not want to be reasonable, so they forced Harry's hand, and Harry had to do certain things that he didn't want to do, but he had to do it because he needed to survive. I've said it from the beginning. The money that Princess Diana left Harry, I don't know how much it is, how many millions it was. Due to the level of Harry profile, that money will evaporate very quickly because those things are not cheap. So Harry had to do certain things to bring income. And then the worst thing is the institution, the royal rights are upset that they're making a living. All right, let's continue. The source added, quote, "The greater truth is that Harry and Meghan make better headlines than the King and Camilla or William and Kate. The idea of them still being in public service, but aboard and out of the control of the institution and dominating the media narrative just can't happen." Again, Harry and Meghan were at their doorstep, okay? Were at their disposal. Meghan let them know, how she was there to help them.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to over time try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan, given your acting and the profile you had, you'd already been involved in various causes, you've been an ambassador for UN Women. What about this new role? I mean, you're going to have a bigger platform, a bigger voice. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, how...
Sing.
Can you imagine? No, I'm not a singer. I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And at the same time I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
And it's an immense change. You're getting a new country out of it, a husband obviously, but also giving up your
nice.
career.
This is nice. Yes. But I don't see it as giving anything up. I just see it as a change.
It's a new challenge. It's a new
chapter, right? And also keep in mind, I've been working on my show for 7 years. So we are very, very fortunate to be able to have that sort of longevity on a series. And for me, once we hit the 100 episode marker, I thought, you know what, I have ticked this box and I feel really proud of the work I've done there. And now it's time to, as you said, work as a team with you.
How she was there to help them.
Well, obviously it's incredibly exciting. And yes, I think for me, it's been a very long time working on cause-driven work, specifically with women and girls' rights. But, to see the model of the foundation is really interesting, because while I've worked with larger NGOs, I've also worked with really small grassroots organizations where you can see a higher level of impact, in my opinion, because there's a lot less red tape. What you're seeing here, and what I noticed with Heads Together from a global perspective, because I wasn't here obviously when it was happening, was the power of convening all of these smaller organizations who have the same issue but need that extra push and support. Under this umbrella, you're able to achieve that, and the impact they all made with Heads Together was tremendous. So I'm very excited to be able to work on initiatives similarly and that can have that same sort of impact globally.
Touched on it before. You have, it's well known, you've championed the empowerment of women and young girls and promoting their self-worth. How do you hope to continue that work with the Royal Foundation?
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
How she was there to help them, but I don't know what goes into these people's head, but they refuse that because as if Harry and Meghan can control what the media writes. Meanwhile, William and Charles befriended with the tabloid, the media, the royal rats to write their side of the story, their narrative. They have the media in the UK at their fingertip. Alright, so all this, alright, senior members of the family wanted them back after the transition period and were ready to continue playing dirty to make this happen. And this is why Harry went to court and make sure the exit process was done properly.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
As much respect.
With as much respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
Because as soon as they made the decision, they could easily change their mind because things did not go according to them. So that period when Harry and Meghan left the UK, let's say the first 2 or 3 years, they were sort of quiet. They didn't do anything. So I think all the things that they were doing in the background to make sure this is exactly what the royal family wanted. Even though the royal family broke their promise. They were supposed to give them 1-year review. Remember that?
4 times I asked the palace, or maybe 3 times I asked the palace, if we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened. And I think if we had have met her, and if she'd have met us, things might have been different. You know, might see that we're human and she's human. Unfortunately, she did get some bad press, and that was a mistake. But you know, we asked for forgiveness and please come back because you know, this is a great country and the royal family are very important to us all. And the Queen needs your support, Harry, because you know William can't do it all, Catherine can't do it all. The Prince of Wales is taken on the Queen's role now, so he's even more busy. So, you know, Harry's badly needed here. And I hope in March, which he's got till March to rethink it, he comes back.
With the security and everything, but the royal family cut that. And then that's how the security come all about. They broke their promise. So I'm glad Harry and Meghan took that time before they start putting their project out. Because now that Harry and Meghan are doing things, they going to different countries, doing engagement with different people, different countries, and people are gravitating toward Harry and Meghan for the work that they are doing. Now all of a sudden they want them back. So Harry shut the door on this because he made sure this is the decision instead of the 50-50. William wanted all out. Harry made sure this was done, and it was written. Simon case. Okay, so she fixed herself. I think this one, media. So she's media here. Thomas Markle's Ifis couples and emotionally inconsistent emotional constitution never stood a chance with that family. Welding bribed his way. F that family. I try not to attack them, but what a miserable group of miscreants. The money was more important than his daughter. Yeah, that's very sad. And if he had just hold on, protect his daughter, do what was right. Right now, he will be enjoying that lifestyle with Meghan.
That may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course, the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Kensington Palace is behind Thomas Markle's attack on Meghan. The truth will not stay hidden forever. I mean, he already said, I have the clip. The whole point was to mess up the wedding. That alone already told you. Where is this from? Byline. Alright. I know I cannot imagine being jealous of a family member so much you risk their safety and happiness. That is sick. And this is the thing Harry can't believe. I have that clip where after his appeal for the security thing, and a lot of things came out, and he did an interview. Was it BBC or ITV? Some things in the UK, and he found out that his father even contacted other countries to not provide him with security.
That's hard to forgive. I actually couldn't believe it. I thought with all the disagreements and all of the chaos that's happening, the one thing that I could rely on is my family keeping me safe. And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
And that, I think, really hurt him. Okay, Meghan, when she left, okay, till you do right by me, right, attacking innocent newborn babies because you worry what skin color they'll be doesn't help either. That's another thing. I mean, it's every corner, every turn that these people you look at, it's all negative. It's evil. Next tweet, that's a GIF. I don't know if people actually understand how Meghan's as ever is really big. The moment she ships internationally and has her products in stores like Galeries Lafayette in France or Harrods in the UK, it's game over. She's guaranteed a billionaire. Okay, amen. That's an ad. She doesn't have enough stock. It's not because of too much demand. Meghan's flower sprinkles, gem, and soon-to-be launched rosé alone will easily make her a billionaire once it's sold globally. I am overjoyed for her so much. They will try all they might to stop organizations in the UK working with her or stocking her products, but they can't get the whole world against her even though they try. Meghan on her way. Yeah, and this is the thing that Mark Cuban saw. That I'll never forget. Mark Cuban saw the potential a long time ago.
Harry and Meghan are incredibly marketable. I'd call them the new young Obamas. They're going to make an ungodly amount of money, and you know what? They literally could become billionaires over the next 20 years. If either of them came on Shark Tank, I wouldn't even wait for them to pitch. I'd be like, I'm in, whatever you want, yes, because they are so marketable. It would be so easy to develop products and projects for them, with them, and around them. It'd be yes. Can you hook it up?
Okay, I feel those plans are already taking shape. Within the next 12 months, her brand products will be global. To be honest, the game is already over. She is powering ahead, and Harry is truly a global statesman. Meanwhile, Kitty has 4 holidays and can't cope, and Willie is cuddling puppies. Not like Galeries Lafayette, but her brand could be great, and Le Bon Marché and Paris Rive Gauche. Okay, I think I pronounced this wrong, so that's somewhere something in French. Okay, her shipping game is immaculate stateside. My honey arrived today, and I can't wait to try it. Well, I guess she learned from last time. Okay, God knew the royal family was too small a world that will inhabit her potential. Look at her now. And this is something I used to say when she left the US or Canada to go to the UK, where her IG account, she closed it, and she used to make money off of that. All right, and other things that she left behind. And then the royal family, after she moved everything to the UK, and then the royal family made her do that and rejected her.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
You heard from anyone in the palace thanking you for the, serious defense of them?
I've had some messages communicated to me on behalf of several members of the royal family.
Upper level
who are very
people?
grateful that. Well, I'm not going to go into who it was, but what I would say is gratitude that somebody was standing up for them.
After she moved everything to the UK, and then the royal family made her do that and rejected her, I was really upset about that. I guess God is paying her, you know, rewarding her. Okay, even just here in the US. Let's pause this. This makes me so happy and so proud of Meghan. Wish her nothing but the best. That's an ad. I cannot wait to get my hand on the rosé. There's that. Yeah, bring it on. I can't wait to see that for her. Yes. Can't seem to find her products on their website. Probably, how do you call this? Sold out. Let's go to the next one. It's making reference to As Ever. Duchess Meghan gave fans a behind-the-scene video for As Ever with Lily. Alright, let's see here. Let me go on IG. This is so cute. Is that Harry's hand? There's somebody else here. Oh my god, this looks yummy. There's the kids. Man, look at Archie's feet. Both of them. Their feet are long. Let me go on IG. Let's get out of this and then I'll start on this when I get back. What's going on IG? Was it on As Ever? Where is it? As Ever official. Okay, she posted a couple things. The last time I was here, I remember seeing that. Oh, that I don't like pancake. Maybe I'll make that for my son. I went to buy milk yesterday. I'll make pancake for him. They're on vacation. There's Meghan here. There's that. Oh my god, there's a whole story with that swing. The institution is crazy. Yummies and honeys and food spread. Oh my. Come explore our summer drop live now. Okay, that's when she probably her product was made public 4 days ago. There's that. Cheers, dear. Wishing you a wonderful weekend. You've certainly made ours wonderful. We sold out again. Sign up to be the first to order our debut As Ever Napa Valley Rosé, July 1st, 8 a.m. Pacific time. All right. And this one. Okay, so that's that. It's true. From our hearts to your home, thank you for being here. You're the sweetest part of what we do. Okay, so that was from As Ever. It has 164,000 followers. So let's see for her personal account, Meghan. Okay, so there's that. I remember this for Father's Day. There's this image. Okay, it's almost the same thing. Caption as the other one. And there's this here. Oh, that's a video. That's nice. There's a music. I'm gonna have to change the music and put screenshot. I don't know why I'm sharing those videos because I can't play it properly on my channel. Okay, a little behind the scene of As Ever official. Hope you enjoy your treat when they arrive this week. And I'm seeing some tweets about the squad receiving their product, whatever they ordered. All right, so let's read some of the comments here. LOL, her IG is so cute and it is so amusing watching Meghan wrestle with the Meghan effect. I'm so happy she's finally getting to profit financially from her fame and hard work. The people who spread hate for profit shouldn't be the only one benefiting from Meghan's success. There's so many tweets I'm reading. They're upset. It's like Meghan cannot do anything right. And they're showing themselves too. Upsetting that Meghan sold out. Okay, it's so cute. Meghan has her little mini me by her side. I bet she's always up under her granny too. Miss Davia. As I was watching the video where she showed the raspberry, I'm thinking she probably has some sort of deal with local farmers who has some of those things that she's using for her thing. Because I don't think her farm will create enough to make the amount of items to be sold. Alright, it's so cute. Meghan has her little mini me by her side. I bet she's always up under her granny too. She can't collect proper data on her product because it sold out so fast. She needs to come to terms that she's that girl. She's too humble. Alright. There's always a lesson to be learned. Love the behind the scene views, and the next as every product release will most likely be sold out in hours also. Alright. Next tweet. Alright, this has to do with BetterUP. Alright, let's see here. Alright, BetterUP, the coaching startup that hires Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, nearly tripled its valuation, last valued at $1.7 billion. Employee wellness startup BetterUP raises funding at a $500 billion valuation. Prince Harry. The rise and resilience of Princess Meghan, power, purpose, and poise. Meghan Markle is quietly and powerfully rewriting the narrative. She is not just surviving, but thriving as a businesswoman, philanthropic, mother, and partner. Alright. So she's writing different article about that. I read Harry has shares in BetterUP. I'm not sure if it's accurate, but I hope so. But I don't think it's a public traded company. I think it's a private company. Okay, I remember when he was at the Venue Capital event, I think in April or May, and he was being interviewed, that he said someone in VC brought BetterUP to him. So I won't be surprised if part of him coming on board was a financial stake in the company, which I'm sure his advisors told him to negotiate. BetterUP is still a private company and is not publicly listed. That's what I was gonna do after I finish this. I was gonna check to see if they are public, because the first time it came out, I checked. I didn't see any symbols on the stock market for him. Not for him, for BetterUP. But that's what I thought. All right, let's see here. Okay, where was I? So I won't be surprised if part of him coming on board was a financial stake in the company, which I'm sure his advisor told him to negotiate. BetterUP is still a private company and is not publicly listed on the stock exchange, so stock options aren't possible, but perhaps he has a percentage of ownership of the company. I think so too. Okay, I wish I'd saved what I read. There was a list of companies Meghan has invested in, and it also contained companies Harry had invested in. I know he has spoken about how he's started investing for the first time in his life. He's learning. Meghan is providing him with people that will help him make the decision, like Melody Hobson. Okay, I think Meghan has only ever said publicly that she invested in Clever, media ancestor, and I have never seen an article confirming anything Harry has invested. Well, this person says she saw it. It's almost like one article that I came across and I could never find it again. So if this person ever put that particular article out, I will share it. Probably on APTS Sussex. Okay, I read this. Meghan had said her portfolio is around 10 companies, but I haven't heard anything about Harry. I remember they invested in Ethic a couple of years ago. I have to look for the article or interview I'm thinking of. Alright, this is the conversation I remember seeing him have, but I can't find the actual interview. Alright, what did this say here? Okay, yes, Prince Harry has publicly discussed his investment in businesses, particularly in the area of sustainable and ethical investing. He and Meghan Markle partnering, Meghan Sussex, before you guys come after me. He and Meghan Sussex partnered with the ethical investment firm Ethic and have spoken about encouraging others, especially younger people, to invest in companies that align with their values. This partnership is part of their effort to become financially independent and to use their platform to promote positive change. In our interview, Prince Harry also mentioned his investment in Ethic, a company managing over $1 billion in assets. He highlighted the importance of sustainable investing and the growing trend of younger generation voting with their investment. Black people knows that. Look what's going on with Target, and what's the other one? Target is having some issues. Costco is benefiting from black people who's supporting them. What's the other one? Is it Walmart with Jeff Bezos? What's the other one? Amazon, they're having some issues. Additionally, he spoke about the need for transparency and how the corporate world operates and its impact on everyday people. So she Google some part of it. This is an ad. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay. Her Royal Highness, oh my God, I'm sure you're going to get some derangers blowing their mind just because of this alone. Her Royal Highness, Princess Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. I never seen this video. I'm saying video, this picture. She's in her own thought here. Minimal makeup, she still look good. There's this here. Okay. Is she wearing the same pants? Maybe not. Okay, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Meghan Sussex. Okay, Meghan Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex, fashion influence extend well beyond her most influential woman status. Her choices resonate with people worldwide, inspiring them to emulate her timeless style. That's an ad. Okay, no more paps. Works wonder why. She does. Okay, I knew the derangers were gonna come because of the way the caption name thing. All right, so this is Baby D. Pretty much sums up what the leftovers are complaining about. Brands spend millions building a loyal customer base. How dare Meghan spend $0 in customer acquisition for those people who buy her products? What is she putting in those flower sprinkles, teas, spreads, and other items? We need an investigation, and His Majesty the King must remove all titles. Yeah, and this is why she said she takes her platform very seriously.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable. You know, like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that, and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people. Well, you know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure. We can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about women's rights. Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
So, I mean, it is through her social media that she's selling everything out. But the others who have a platform, instead of doing things properly or at least ethical. Okay, let's say somebody doesn't agree with Meghan, but at least focus on what you disagree by in a reasonable way without lying to people. At least maybe I will listen to you, but they're manufacturing lies and then go out of their way to put her down. This is the thing people cannot, understand and deal with. They manufacture lies to put her down when they don't have to. It's okay to disagree with somebody. There's so many people who's claiming they could do things differently, but Meghan is doing it her way anyway. All right, Baby D is 100 degree out. Change that nappy and have some refreshing herbal tea. There's that. This person got her product. Oh, but you were first in line with your mama credit card 48 hours before sales started. Baby D, she has an aura. Go look it up. Auntie KKK has nothing. Their hate literally produced her strong fan base. Yeah, I think so too. You can have that hate and not the consequences. There's the laugh here. Investigation. Oh, my baby. There's that. Baby, do you need someone to wipe your butt? What do you know about customer acquisition from a hole in your nose? Be quiet. Grown people are working. All right, next tweet. I think this is a video from... Okay. I'm done with the Sussexes, but this is a video of Piers Morgan. I might even put this by itself, talking about Jewish and things like that. Okay, it's pretty long, so this might be by itself. And the last one that I have also has to do with, let me show you. It's two things that has to do with a little bit of politics. All right, and this will be my last one. Okay, so this will be on another video. So let's go back. Oh well, he didn't do it. This is not on my list. Alright, Kate Middleton struggled with royal life. Who? Kate? There's that here. Kate wasn't struggling with royal life when she was on vacation. She wasn't struggling with royal life when she spread the lie that Meghan made her cry. She wasn't struggling. She was relishing. Alright, so let's leave that alone. This is not even on my list. This is that here.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.